For anything like me, I'm not going to give you some massive spreadsheet. I'm not going to give you this fucking 10-step program. I'm simply just going to break down the most important thing. And a lot of people, including myself, have struggled with this before. And that is, I know what to do, but I just don't end up doing it. Or when I get off of work, I'm just too exhausted to go to the gym or whatever it is. And I'm here to tell you that it's not a lack of your motivation. I used to think that all the time. I'd be like, man, I just need more motivation to go out and do whatever I gotta do. But the reality was that I simply had other things going on in the background. It's like different web browsers in the background, and that was causing the resistance between everything I wanted. And so it's not your motivation, it's actually your nervous system that's fried. And how I broke free from this constant trap of just constantly saying, hey man, like I know what I gotta do, but I'm just not doing it, was I would start to look at my life in a different lens. Like if you had a camera and you zoomed out of that camera, you look at your life as a whole perspective view. And I start to see the small things that I do in my day-to-day basis, and I'd kind of like jot notes, like mental notes of them. And the reason why I did this was because we thrive off of constant action, off of small dopamine hits, off of motivation. And that is motivation, getting the dopamine hits from reward, then you get result from the reward, and then it reinforces the good feeling, the serotonin from it. And what I would do is I'd come off of a long shift and I would look forward to going to the gym. I could be exhausted. I could have 30 minutes left in myself. But I would go to the gym because I knew it was something that was going to benefit my health. I knew that the return on investment in the long run would be far greater than the one that I'm currently living in. And I would do this by tracking small wins. I would take mirror photos at the gym almost after every single workout. I would take photos of the scale if I needed to make sure that I was incrementally going down weight. And what I'd do is I'd have this programmed in my head because I had my goal. And I'd write it down all the time. I'd like, fuck, I got a journal right here. I'd write it down. And by you writing it down, it really just makes your life 10 times easier. It makes your brain reinforce like, okay, I'm going to get home, but I'm going to go sit on the couch. Or, okay, I'm going to get home, but I just want to go eat something. But then you think about it and you're like, my goal. Who is the person I want to look like? Do I want my wife to see me as this? Do I want myself to see me as this? And if you can't break past that barrier of it, then you'll never get to where you want to be. And some of you watching this video might say, oh, I know that. But if you know, you would take those actionable steps to avoid doing If you knew how to do that, you would not be avoiding the hard work. I can promise you that. And as someone who's been on both sides of the scenario, I'm here to tell you that that's how you break free from it. And so the things that I do is I'd remind myself of my why. I highly recommend you guys pause this video right now and write down your why. And your why simply isn't just something small, like I want to look good for the women, or I want to look good just to have people validate me. Because I'm telling you, that is a quick way to dig yourself up into a dead end. And the reality is your why has to be far greater. What is this going to benefit? Is it going to benefit the way you show up for your wife? Is it going to benefit the way you show up for other people? Is it going to benefit the way you communicate with people on the job site? Right? Is it going to benefit the decisions that you make? Maybe you have some bad habits you got to break that you genuinely just can't get out of. Because for me, I wanted to become a version of myself where I stopped relying on my negative habits. I want to become a version of myself that I could have the self-control and say no to things. I wanted it so I could become and reinvent myself into a person that fully loved myself for who I am. And I can share with you full transparency that I have fallen back a couple times. And when I've fallen back, I've been able to visualize and see why I started in the first place. And so you don't need another spreadsheet. You don't need another meal plan. What you need is someone really helping you out, someone really holding you accountable. And sometimes that can only be yourself, right? And the first way to learn that, and I tell my clients this all the time, is that you need to figure it out for yourself as well. I'm here to guide you, but I'm also, it's like that saying in the Bible, God will steer, but you must row. That's exactly how I operate with my clients. I tell them accountability is the number one thing, and taking ownership for your life is the number one thing, but also telling yourself, being that person for yourself, saying, okay, no matter what, I got this today. Okay, I had a busy day. I'm still going to show up to the gym. Maybe I didn't get that full 45-minute workout in, but I got 25 minutes in. Well, guess what? That 25 minutes is 1% better. And the reason why I'm saying this is because so many guys in the trade struggle with that. And I struggle with it. But I also know that constantly sitting there using that excuse over and over again isn't going to get myself anywhere. And what is going to get myself is taking action. And so if you are in a state where you genuinely just can't break past that habit, I want you to really write down the small wins. And the small win could be waking up at a certain time. But if you can't hold yourself to the smallest things ever, you can't sit here and complain when you're not getting the hard things done, or seemingly when you're tired. And that's a hard pill I had to swallow.